Let's call to order. Now that we all can't hear. Mine's on. Do you want to use mine? Let's try it again. Hello? That seems to be okay? Good.
I can hear you.
Oh. All right, then. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going to call to order the 352nd meeting of the City of Laurel Board of Appeals. May I have a roll call, please?
Mr. Whitley.
Present.
Mr. Lee.
Present.
Ms. Les.
Present.
Ms. Collins.
Present.
Mr. Mitchell. Chairwoman Chenault.
Here.
You have a quorum, Madam Chairwoman.
Thank you. Item number 2 is approval of the minutes of the December 20th meeting. Can we vote on that? Do we have the right quorum? We can. All right. So may I have a motion to approve the minutes of the December 20th meeting or any corrections that need to be made, please?
Madam Chair, I'll make the motion that we approve the minutes of the December 20th meeting and any corrections if they need to be made.
All right. Thank you. May I have a second? I'll second. There we go.
Mr. Lee.
Yes.
Ms. Collins.
Yes.
Mr. Whitley.
Yes.
Ms. Les.
Abstain.
Chairwoman Chenault.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Item number 3 on the agenda is approval of the minutes from the January 24th meeting. May I have any corrections or a motion to approve the minutes, please?
So move.
Thank you. May I have a second?
Mr. Whitley.
Yes.
Ms. Les. Mr. Lee.
Yes.
Ms. Collins.
Yes.
Chairwoman Chenault.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Well, on to the one thing that's on our agenda that's interesting. Item number 4 is special exception application number 892, resolution number 19-01-BOA-14060 Baltimore Avenue, filed by Starbucks Corporation LLC, seeking a special exception to operate a Starbucks restaurant with a drive-thru. May I have a reading of the record, please?
Special exception application number 892 was filed on March 25th, 2019 by Starbucks Corporation to operate a drive-thru restaurant at 14060 Baltimore Avenue, Laurel, Maryland, 20707. Under date of April 2nd, 2019, the application and a cover letter asking for comments were also sent to the following agencies: Maryland State Highway Administration, Washington Suburban Sanitary Commission, Prince George's County Health Department, Maryland Office of Planning, Prince George's County Department of Permitting, Inspections, and Enforcement, Baltimore Gas and Electric, Verizon, Maryland National Park and Planning Commission, Prince George's County Public Schools Department of Capital Programs. Under date of April 9th, 2019, a memorandum asking for comments was sent to the following city departments: Department of Public Works, Police Department, Department of Parks and Recreation, Office of Fire Marshal and Permit Services. The following agencies' responses were received. No issues with the request comments from Washington Suburban Sanitary Commission, Prince George's County Health Department, Maryland State Highway Administration, the Maryland National Capital Park and Planning Commission, Prince George's County Department of Permitting, Inspections, and Enforcement. The following responses were received from city departments: Laurel Police Department, no issues with their request; City of Laurel Department of Parks and Recreation, no issues with the request; City of Laurel Fire Marshal, no issues with the request; and City of Laurel Department of Public Works. Their statement goes: this department has reviewed the special exception application to renovate an existing drive-thru bank building to a drive-thru Starbucks coffee shop at 14060 Baltimore Avenue in the Laurel Lake Center. The following comments and recommendations are offered at this time. According to the submitted plan, all improvements are proposed on site and in the private right-of-way only. If any roadway closures or public sidewalk closures are needed for this work, the applicant must contact this department for approval prior to start of any work. The applicant is responsible for any and all damages that may occur within the public right-of-way. If any utility cuts will be performed on a city street, the restoration work must follow city standards that require permanent patches in the cut area with a 2-inch mill and overlay from curb to curb and a minimum of 25 feet in each direction of the cut. The scope of the restoration work will be determined by this department. The two proposed parking spaces next to the according to the submitted document, the conversation of the drive-thru bank to a drive-thru coffee shop is estimated to generate an additional 113 trips in the morning and 10 trips in the afternoon. No significant traffic impact is expected at this time. However, the access to this proposed Starbucks is close to the traffic signal at US 1 and Cypress Street, a state-maintained signal. In addition, Laurel Lake Center has several access points through US 1, a state-maintained roadway. The applicant is responsible for any state permit, traffic study, and site access improvements that may be required by the state. No other comments were received. On April 10th, 2019, a letter explaining the nature of the application and advising of the scheduled public hearings on the application before the Planning Commission and Board of Appeals was sent by certified mail to all contiguous property owners. A memorandum from the City of Laurel Planning Commission to the Board of Appeals dated May 15th, 2019 reads as follows. At the regular meeting of the City of Laurel Planning Commission held on May 14, 2019, the following action was taken on the subject zoning application. On motion by Mr. Wilson, second by Ms. Bonner, and carried on a roll call vote of all members present, the Planning Commission recommended that the Board of Appeals approve special exception application number 892 as presented in the technical staff report with the conditions listed in the technical staff report. Condition number 1, the applicant shall obtain all required City of Laurel permits, including a use and occupancy permit and sign permit. Number 2, the applicant is responsible for any damages that may occur within the public right-of-way. Number 3, the applicant is responsible for any state permit, traffic study, and site access improvements that may be required by the State Highway Administration. Number 4, the applicant shall provide a barrier between the drive aisle and the outdoor patio. And number 5, the applicant shall comply with all federal, state, and local laws and regulations for protection of the use of the property. The file contains a certificate of publication bearing that this application and public hearing was advertised in the May 1st, 2019 issue of the Prince George's County Sentinel. The file contains an affidavit signed by the applicant attesting that a zoning sign has been placed on the subject property and has remained and shall remain until a decision is reached by the Board of Appeals. That concludes the reading of the file, Madam Chairwoman.
Thank you. All right. Any additions or any comments other than those?
No.
On the sign-up sheet, we have two people that are going to address this issue, I believe. Mr. Miller and Mr. Young? Okay. Would either of you like to come to the podium and be prepared for questions? For the record, would you give us your name and address in the microphone?
My name is Sean Miller. My address is 1801 Porter Street, Suite 401, Baltimore, Maryland, 2130.
Chapman Young, address is 7315 Wisconsin Avenue, Bethesda, Maryland.
All right, gentlemen, thank you. So I think we have questions. I hope. I do. We're still not clear from the way this reads, and even driving by, if you're building a new building or are you taking over the bank building? Go ahead. Come to the podium. You can either or both. It's okay.
We're taking over the bank building.
Okay, but it's still operational right now.
No, the bank building is not operational at all.
Oh, I thought you said.
It's been it's not been operational for about over a year now.
Okay, all right. So you are taking all right. You are taking over it, and you're taking out the money machine outside.
Yeah.
Taking that out, and is the access from here? It was a little difficult. Do you have to go down Cypress to get into the area, or will there be access from US 1?
No, the only access Cypress.
Oh, okay. That I was right on that.
And it looks like there's two entrances.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
So once you get in the shopping center, there's two entrances in there.
Gotcha. All right. So we got that straightened out. And it was brought to our attention that the one on 198 is absolutely lovely with a drive-through and inside lounging area. Is this one going to be similar?
It should be similar design plans. We're going to be focusing on the drive-thru, of course. That's going to be our main focus also. It should be just as beautiful and conform with what we.
Okay. And when do you anticipate doing the renovation? If approved, when approved?
If approved, hopefully within, it takes about maybe I think 90 days as far as our construction clock is concerned. So as soon as we're able to get approval, or as soon as we confirm approval of all the permits, by the end of 2020, we
Should be completed.
complete.
Oh, okay. All right.
That I'm
Yeah, we can confirm that if you'd like to, but
That's just an idea of how long it's going to take.
it shouldn't
so-
take too long.
So
yeah.
about 2 to 3 months for permitting, and then the rest of the year to rehab it. Right, ladies and gentlemen, other questions?
Well,
No, I have no other
It
questions.
just says operate a Starbucks restaurant with a drive-through. It's not really a restaurant. It's
Well,
kind of
it's-
like what you have at the other Starbucks where you can get food and sit down and eat.
Well, right, but Starbucks is considered a quick service restaurant, so that's why it's a restaurant with a drive-through.
Okay.
Question out of the application. What do you do with the vault? That old bank vault from taking over?
I mean, from my understanding, we just dispose of them. I mean, we just actually finished one in doing one in Virginia. We're converting a Capital One to Starbucks now, and it took us actually a little bit longer to get out the vault than we expected. But we just dispose of them. We don't have any use of them in the store.
The old bank buildings don't die. They just convert to Starbucks. There you go.
Yeah, we usually keep most of the facade to kind of make it seem still like the Bank of Peel, but it's definitely like with the branding and the signage, everything is a Starbucks.
I was very impressed with the one on 198.
Yeah.
It was just amazing. I went out and told my husband, I said, you have to see this. It's just gorgeous inside.
And
Absolutely
the Capital
gorgeous,
One,
so.
wow.
Yes,
Old
yes.
Capital One.
Yeah.
All right, any other questions?
No, I don't have any, Madam
Comments?
Chair.
Well then, may I have a motion, please?
Am I doing it? Okay. Madam Chair,
Yes.
I hereby move that we adopt the findings of fact and conclusions of law as outlined in the technical staff report for application number 892 and move approval of resolution number 19-01-BOA-14060 as presented.
Thank you. May I have a second? Thank you, Mr. Whitley.
Mr. Lee,
Yes.
Mr. Whitley,
Yes.
Miss Les,
Yes.
Miss Collins,
Yes.
Chairwoman Chenault,
Yes,
motion carries.
thank you. Do they all survive that well when there are so many? I'm just curious. When there are so many.
We try to make them do.
Okay,
I mean,
all right.
we're constantly looking at market planning and overall performance of the stores to figure out the best strategy overall. So we consolidate stores, relocate them if necessary, but for the most part, we try to make the decision, the best decision the first time around, so we don't have to go.
More cost effective, yes.
Yeah.
Right.
Are all the
Okay.
consultants as young as you guys?
You're making us look old.
Oh, dear. Oh, well, good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank
And,
you.
and this is not an official statement, but I'm a super Starbucks drinker. So you had me at the word Starbucks.
Me too.
Well, it's good to hear. We'll see you guys then.
Me too.
With that, I think we will adjourn the meeting. Thank you all for coming. Is there anything we need to catch up on?